We're one day out. Everything that needed to be done is done. The work, the early mornings, the sacrifices, it's all behind me now. The time now isn't to push, it's time to trust in all we've done so far. My job is to stay calm, protect my energy, and let my mind and body kind of relax and settle into the moment. Stress doesn't build champions, composure does. I don't need to prove anything to anybody today. I've already earned my place on that stage. But tomorrow is the celebration. It's the moment the world gets to see what I've done, the months and months of discipline, all put on the show. I remember when Jay Cutler used to say that food wasn't just for pleasure, it was just fuel. He said it would fuel every set, every rep, you know, it would get him to that next win. But a lot of people think that means eating clean has to be bland, boring, and like hard. But I pride myself with having food that tastes good as well as being high quality. Lean proteins, clean carbs, healthy fats, they're all seasoned with care, but they have a purpose. Because if you can make your meals taste good and still hit your goals, you'll never fall off. This isn't just about dieting, it's about building a lifestyle that you can live like till the end of time. Every bite is a step towards greatness, and you don't want to waste a single one of them. You just got a care package from Wolves, one day out. Let's see what we got. It's been pretty cool working with these guys over the past like couple months. This is my first Olympia with them, and they do things pretty big. So they sent us, oh shit. Oh, yo, that's wild. That's nice. This is legit. We got a heavyweight, we got a lightweight. Okay. I'm feeling the heavyweight, to be honest. I like the lightweight too, though. And then, oh, they did give me pants. Hey, nice. I think I might wear this. I might wear it tomorrow. This is, oh man. Yeah, I'm wearing this to the O tomorrow. I wore Raw all week, so I gotta give Dark Sports some love. Oh man, this is cool. It's nice to have sponsors that think about you and actually like support you. It's very cool. I don't think I've ever gotten anything like this before on Olympia. Like in the past like 10 years I've been competing there. This is nice. Very nice. And oh, there's a card. Thank you for representing us, Dark Sport. And that's why I left a bunch of space in my suitcase, because I knew I was gonna get some stuff. I didn't know where or who or when or why or how, but yeah, this is nice. They said they gave me 2 of these shirts just because if this comes off, they wanted to give me extra. And that's even thoughtful there. Like, hey, this stuff might rip off, so here's an extra one just in case, so you can rep it longer and have it longer.
Well, here at home, we're dealing with a active weather day.
It's pouring out there right now. In fact, we have a flash flood warning for this box right here.
It is flooding here in Vegas, and you're seeing it's unable to make it. So we're gonna continue as usual, check in. A lot of times in prep, you'll have setbacks. The biggest thing is not to let it worry you. You know, I've done plenty of preps where I'm all by myself in a different country. I went to India by myself, did just fine. So we won an Arnold without him being here. So we're doing old-fashioned check-ins on the camera. And we're gonna keep it moving like champions do. posing. The quads are nice and separated.
Yeah.
The other thing I was gonna say is like, cause you did it, I think half of you were going kind of quick before, but every single time you do a back shot, just really take your time doing that. Like make sure like that, same that, not obviously you don't hit the rear lat spread, but you're hitting almost like that little lean forward, pull it down and tight so you're showing all that before you go and open it up.
I mean, everywhere you can play, like the only shot that, I mean, the shot that is the most posted when you do this. So, like you need to show it every time you show your back.
Yeah.
And another thing that I really want to insist on is like when you're gonna be on the board turn with this, don't let your glutes like relax. You have to squeeze them. Okay. So it's like top 3, top 5, they're all gonna be like squeezing everything. So you have like all the roundness and the size on the quads, but if you let your glutes, you have striations like from here to here. Mm-hmm. So if you don't show it, they're not gonna guess it. Okay. Well, I really like the fullness now. It's really good.
Yeah, no, it looks good. But I definitely said on your back pose like that. Think about it too, like when you're up there. I mean, honestly, it's your mindset. It's like everyone's waiting for you to pose anyway. Because like everyone else is going to be looking. Everyone's going to be looking at you first, and then everyone else will like just take your time. So if, like even if they're already there and you're still just like doing this, like they're going to wait. And I think honestly that's good, even if you're doing like a little bit slower on those transitions, because like you'll still be moving and they're still posing. So I just think that's just take your time every single time in those back ones, especially.
Well, I would maybe try. It's like instead of not starting like this, I would start like this to show your because like that tiny waist with the abs, your arms too, like all the separation on your arms, like it's a much better shot. I would start it like this and then go up. Like same thing when you go on that front door, on that front relax. I will do this and then this. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that I would say is like take your time on them. Like you did it perfect, but don't rush your legs. So make sure you set them every single time. And then same thing with your back, all your back shots. Take your time on transition, because they look that. I think your quads look the best they've looked as far as separating. Just want to make sure you're showing that. And how are you gonna do your abs and thighs? And so like I said, whenever you're doing any like the one side, just make sure you just like crunch that side a little bit. Make sure you're really hitting that as well. I mean, I like when you all of your ab and thigh, just hit that. Just take it. Same thing on that. Like think about every shot. Like obviously the most important part. Because like obviously there's certain places you just show separation, don't have to do anything. Your quads and your midsection, just take your time making sure you're showing. So when you hit that, so I would literally like the only thing you really need to think about that pose is that little hip up, rib down, and just crunch that spot right there. I think you're gonna do good. I think you're gonna dominate.
I think so too.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, I'm going through like pose to pose in my brain and just thinking about like, because obviously I think it was 10 pounds ago it would have been a little bit more competitive, but like. You don't need any more. I mean, structurally better than everybody, like by far. And then obviously you just need some size still, because obviously size matters. Yeah. And I just think you don't look like you need to be any bigger. So everything's just.
Well, that's why I told him I was just afraid that the weighting that we were gonna be like a little bit short, so I just like pulled it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why it was a bit down.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like pushing so as much carbs as I can while keeping him hydrated. Like same game plan I did for New York.
Yeah.
Just a bit better. So we can have like a little bit more fullness.
Yeah, no, but I think you're.
And I think that having him fuller, because I saw it in New York at the pre-judging, you look fuller, and you also appeared much leaner, because you were fuller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Good morning.
Morning. What's up?
Ready for today?
Yeah. I don't have to do anything.
What are we doing today?
I'm gonna provide moral support for Terrence. I already told him his muscles look good. Terrence, your muscles look good, man.
were you happy how he's looking this morning?
Oh yeah, it's all perfect. It's really good. That was really good.
Nice.
Well, like a little bit heavier than New York. Much bigger than last Olympia, 2023. I think he was 172 probably. So it's like a 10 pounds. So 10 pounds on his structure. The waist is smaller, or seems smaller to me. And the vacuum looks a bit deeper, so it's all good. And I think he grew in the right area that was needed. Back, arms, even his chest is like full as fuck now. So yeah, so good.
So it's gonna be a good day.
So I hope they're gonna judge it as a classic division and not as a bodybuilding who can make weight division. Some of the guys look really classic and looks really good. Some of the guys looks and weight 212, but they made the weight. So I can't say anything anymore.
Okay, what was your mindset going into this Olympia compared to the last?
I mean, the last one I wasn't very confident. My mind wasn't focused on the show at all. It was very fragmented. This time was a lot better. Completely focused on the show, feeling very confident. The goal was to go in and win it, and I felt like everything leading up to that show was like pretty much perfect.
Did you feel pressure this time from yourself, fans, or the title?
No, I think coming in without competing last year made it very easy not to have any pressure, you know. There was maybe a bit from like all the new sponsorships and things, people expecting me to perform well, you know, putting their faith in me, you know. But overall, no, not really. Yeah.
Was there anything that threw your prep off in the final week?
Not the final week, but definitely juggling like the new contracts with the gym and becoming a partner at Bolt was a lot to manage, like the weeks leading into the show. But you know, I learned my lesson from the last Olympia prep, and we kind of slowed down all that business activity like the week or two before.
Okay, how did you handle the mental side, nerves, expectations, comparisons?
I really started to train my mind as often as my body, reading a lot more again, or listening to audiobooks. The Confident Mind by Dr. Nate Zinzer, and a lot of books like that. Tim Grover's books, Winning, Resilient. Those helped me stay grounded and like not focus on anyone else but myself.
What strengths showed up this year that didn't before?
Handling negativity. I mean, the first year, like Ramon came onto the scene, and like the Brazilians were like being themselves. I didn't handle it very well. It really got into my head. You know, shout out to Mike, because he handled all this pressure like extremely well. You know, and that was like, I believe, his real first time having to deal with stuff like that, and he dealt with a lot of it. They did everything in their power to try to tear him down. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest change, is handling negativity a lot better.
What moment hit you the hardest that day?
Just having everyone, we're going into the show, and then my cousin wanted to pray, and we all got in a circle and prayed, and that was very, very sweet. You know, having your family there, and you know, them praying for your success, which is, I've never done that before, so it was really nice.
How did you go physically, mentally, and spiritually through this experience?
Physically, this was the best prep ever, and I think it's because I really nailed the reverse after the last two shows in May, Pittsburgh and New York. I think that made a world of difference. And it's taken a while. I mean, I've been doing it 10 years, and that's like the first time I really, really nailed it. Mentally, going into Pittsburgh and New York was a lot more mentally challenging because I'd taken that time off, and I wasn't sure if it was productive, you know, or anything like that. Going into this show, I had that confidence of the last two shows. I knew I was going to do well because, you know, Holzima was a top 5 or top 6 in the world. So I was like, okay, You know, if I just even improve a little bit, I know I'll be in the first call outs, top 5. And from there, we'll see. So mentally, I was in a really good place. Spiritually, I think so as well. I've been feeling really grateful for everything in my life. You know, I'm not particularly a religious person, but I do believe there's a higher power, and I do feel very, very grateful about all the things I've been given this year. You know.
When you saw your physique under the lights, what did you feel? Proud, tense, or uncertain?
Yeah, it's funny. Like as a bodybuilder, people don't realize like everyone else sees what you look like before yourself on stage. Yeah, I see through photos, and so I was really happy with the most of it. Most of the poses I was really happy with, but I was a little disappointed in my back poses because they look so much different than how they look like back at home in the gym and stuff like that.
What did this Olympia teach you about yourself as an athlete, as a man?
I definitely think I've improved a lot, just in all aspects of life, which I think, you know, that's the goal with bodybuilding, not just getting bigger, but getting better in every aspect in life. I think I've handled this prep a lot better than any of them in the past in terms of managing other aspects of life as well. I think I've kind of come into my own as well, because I'm like, okay, I can manage my own training now. I'm not afraid to speak my mind and be confident going into a show. You know, even though things didn't turn out the way I wanted it, like I don't regret speaking the way I did this entire prep at all. And I just feel more comfortable being myself, you know.
What was going through your mind backstage before walking out?
To own the stage, Joe's like, oh, you're so passive on stage all the time. You need to like act like it's yours. And I'm like, I'm like, okay. The posing I felt pretty confident in. It was just, okay, let me be a little bit more aggressive, you know, walking out there. And honestly, it was a lot of fun. You know, I feel like I keep that really locked in a lot of the times, and being able to let that out was pretty cool.
What was your honest first reaction when you heard the results?
Definitely disappointed. You know, I always knew in my mind it's a possibility. But, you know, like, I didn't let that consume me. You know, I know there's still, I've been doing this long enough to know, like, a placing is just that year. Like, next year it can be completely different. And, like, you accept the placing, you do your best to learn from it, which is what we're going to be doing pretty soon. Literally, as soon as I got back with Joe, we were talking about the show, training, game plans and stuff like that. I'm not the type to like focus on, I guess, like that type of stuff. Like, oh, I didn't place where I wanted to place. I'm the type that like I get the placing, and I really want to quickly figure out how to make improvements so I don't get that again.
How did you process emotions after leaving the stage?
I just let it go. I don't know. It took a couple seconds. Like, literally, like I get backstage and Yassine's there and he's just standing, and I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say, or you're not gonna say anything. So I was like, let me go do these interviews. I did that, and then let it sit for a second, and then I was fine, you know. Yeah.
What message do you want to leave the fans who follow this journey?
First I want to say, hopefully this journey has taught you guys something. Like, you can not be the biggest, not be the most popular, and still, you know, make something amazing happen. I know a lot of people are disappointed in the third place, but just take a step back and think about it. Like, how many people can say they're the third best in anything in life? You know, whether it's bodybuilding, finance, owning gyms, whatever it may be. Like, that's a huge accomplishment, you know. Number two, I would say, is don't be afraid to be confident. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Like, even if, like I said, you shoot for the stars, you land on the moon, that's a lot further than most people will have gotten in life. And lastly, just thank you for following the journey. It's been a lot of fun seeing everyone tell me, especially at the meet and greet a couple of days ago, how much of an impact like the content has made. I have people tell me they're reading the books I suggest, which is by far the best compliment you could give me, you know. And yeah, next up we got a video breaking down the physique, so look out for that pretty soon. And thank you guys. Peace.